Why did you feel you needed to do this?
Because we need change. That was the number one reason.
I mean, sometimes, I'm a lawyer, obviously, but sometimes you need litigation to create change. The Rooney Rule didn't work. We now have less black head coaches than when the Rooney Rule started. And, Brian thought long and hard about it. And litigation's not for everyone, but he stepped forward. He's been referred to as the Rosa Parks of the NFL. And it's a testament to his character. And the litigation will create change, either because we're going to litigate the case to the end, or the NFL is going to now do the right thing faced with litigation.
Okay, let's go through some of the specifics here.
So this is a video that has to be made. Brian Flores is pulling a Colin cap. You see, the Brian Flores story that's happening right now is such a murky subject because you just had to be there throughout Brian Flores' career at Miami, and also a lot of surrounding factors. I'm gonna get into Brian Flores, but there's an underlying issue that I want to also cover, and that's what politics is doing to sports, and what happens when the media plays both sides for the owners and the players. You see, the sports world is dominated by commentary and breaking down and analyzing everything. Sometimes it goes too far. Like the Colin Kaepernick thing is so played out. It's like when a one-hit wonder you hear on the radio and you're just like thinking to yourself like, wow, that was a fever dream when it came out. I don't even want to make this a Colin Cap video, but I do want to bring up Deshaun Watson, who I think is relevant to the story. You see, there was tension going on in Houston. The Texans just had a great promising showing in the postseason, but ended up losing to the Chiefs, which honestly in hindsight wasn't that bad because they virtually did what they did to the Texans to every team pretty much that postseason. But when management started doing weird moves like trading a few star players that had made the team so successful, it left Deshaun with not a lot to work with.
Horrendous. We give up 540 total yards. 29 of 38 passing. Screens, quick passes, balls out to open guys. You can't do that.
So he demands to get out, causing all this commotion. Now, I might be getting the timeline details wrong. Don't flame me. The picture I'm trying to create is the falling out with the Texans to now publicly listing teams and coaches he would like to play for instead. Among those teams and coaches, he specifically named Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins. But they already had just drafted a QB and not everyone was totally sold on him. But what was for sure is that if any team had a chance at such talent like Watson, they were bound to go far. There was only one issue. You see, all the controversy surrounding Watson was like watching a comedy for me. First of all, you have a right-wing Trump supporter defending at least 22 women against a black man for sexual assault, or whatever it is that the women are claiming he did, which is some pretty messed up things. Secondly, you have a team that was a playoff team, I believe, the year before, and is now imploding on itself. And Deshaun also has a contract that can't be moved unless a team is sold on him 100%. And all these headlines surrounding him aren't helping him either. Which now brings me back to Flores, who has been publicly named as someone Deshaun would love to play for. But when you have a modern day Bill Cosby saying publicly that they would like to work with you, it's just gonna kind of sully your name if you're not gonna put a hold on it real quick, at least publicly. So I can really imagine, the Dolphins calling people or answering calls from other organizations asking about Brian Flores and saying, hey, listen, this guy's a good coach. There's nothing wrong with his work ethic. It's just he is strong-minded and he has his own idea, his own vision. And if the organization has a different vision, i.e., tanking for the draft, i.e. trying to get a number one pick and restart and revamp their organization and not really focus on trying to get into the playoffs with a mediocre team and trying to bring the best out of what they have, you can have clashing opinions. So maybe that's not someone they want to hire. Maybe they want to hire Jason Garrett, someone that can be a punching bag for the media, someone they can dump the blame on, someone that can keep everything just going smooth and very just very predictable, I would say. But what you have in society is a bunch of race hustlers and guys like Brian Flores, who may or may not be the ones, like one inciting this. He may not be the one inciting this, but he's definitely the one that's listening to a lot of these people who might be in his ear saying, hey, listen, you can make more money just being, a martyr. And that's what Colin Kaepernick is. They think that, like, they're really helping. And people in society, what makes me really question a lot of people is that they really feel bad for these people when they're getting paid. Colin Kaepernick, he got paid so much money from Nike and all these other companies. And people act like he needs to work in the NFL. Like, bro, the NFL tried to work with him. This guy's out of his mind. Brian Flores, he was a well-respected coach before this, outside of the Dolphins, I would assume. Like, I was a Giants fan. I'm still a Giants fan. I want him on my team. It sucks that he's not my coach, but it's just weird to me. He had no bad reputation in the league, and you will never get hired after this. You know what I mean? And, coaches being paid $100,000 or whatever to lose games every single week. Listen, if Hugh Jackson, if what he's saying is true, and a coach did get paid $100,000 as compensation for losing for the team to get a #1 pick the following year, I think that's fair. Because listen, you should just declare, hey, we're like Philly, we're gonna be declaring that we're going for the #1 pick, we're tanking, so expect us to lose. As long as you put that out there, I don't see anything wrong with that, because some teams you just know are gonna lose on any given night, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you say you're not going to tell anyone, you're going to automatically tank a finals or a playoff game or any other game that should have went a certain other way and throw it on purpose, that's wrong. But if you just outwardly say, hey, as a fan base, tell your fan base, tell the league, hey, listen, we're going for that pick, bro. We need something to revamp. No free agents are coming to our city. We need something. That makes sense to me. And to have a reputation like a coach, to have a coach go through that, it can, make his reputation look kind of bad. So pay him a little extra. You know what I mean? I don't think that's really wrong or racist. But at the end of the day, it is malpractice. But I don't think it's racist. That's the thing. I don't understand it. But like I said, these guys, people are in their ear. A lot of people make a lot of money off of these things just by saying, hey, they're basically like the mafia. They're the race mafia. They come knocking on your door. They come inspect. If they find something, boom, pay up or face the consequences. And the consequences being you're going to be labeled this name or this term, and it's going to be hard to shake off, and not a lot of people are going to associate with you once you're called that. There's no coming back from it. But, it is what it is. Yeah, just like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm just tired of politics and sports, bro. Politics and sports needs to stop. We need to go back to the way it used to be. Nice, chill, I don't even watch the NBA, or I think football is the only thing I really watch. But other than that, you let me know what you think. But yeah, Brian Flores, I don't know what you're doing, man. You were super respected, bro. You didn't have to blow everything up just for this, for nothing, bro, for nothing, honestly. But yeah, peace.
When you talk about the Rooney Rule, it's ultimately tied to an assumption that the owners and the upper management are people who are going to do the right thing and hire based on merit and not based on someone who they're comfortable with, someone who looks like them.